Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. This is Jose Trujillo, world's greatest living artist. Let's see what this looks like today. Oh la la! I haven't been out there in a while. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. This is Jose Trujillo. Look at me, baby. I shaved. Looking good. Pow, pow, pow. Looking awesome. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Buenos dias. Buenos dias. This is Jose Trujillo. I'm an artist. I'm here at home. And I'm not in my studio right now. Ukrainian with you. Oh, how's it going? How's it going? Good to have you here from the Ukraine. Thank you. How's it going, Janet? Good to see you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm gonna go have breakfast in a little bit right now with my wife, but I wanted to talk to you guys really quick here about keeping this in the right place. You know, keeping this in the right place. It is so important to keep it in the right place. I've talked about it in many different videos, and when I tend to talk about this, I do it from personal experience. Now I know not everybody goes through the same thing. I understand that, not everybody goes through exactly the same thing, but I think as human beings, I don't know, I think we're all in it together. I think it seems very common that we want something, we want to experience something. Maybe you want to be an artist like me. Maybe you want to sell your work. Maybe you want to get exhibits. Maybe you are doing something completely different. I don't know. But nevertheless, the experience seems to be shared. The experience of those moments where we feel like, man, maybe this is not working, or man, maybe it's not for me, and that negativity, and also the positivity that it's not aligned with enough action. That's also a problem. Okay, it's a challenge. Let's call it that, because there's no such thing as problems. There's only challenges. So what I mean by this is that you could be having this enthusiasm, right? You're like, yeah, I got this. You can be excited, maybe, I don't know, but then not put forth the action, right? Not put forth the action. I believe that the action is what makes the thing run, the action. And many times when we think about action, we think about a single action. We think about it singularly. We think about, I got to go paint, but that's one action. And if you just focus on one thing, how some people say, just focus on one thing, it might be very difficult. I've come to understand this over years of being a full-time artist. You should not focus on one thing. You should focus on one thing for a short period of time. But you should focus on many things throughout the day. There should be many things. The more things that you do throughout the day, and it doesn't mean that you have to sit there and do them forever. I'm just talking about maybe giving it 20, 30 minutes, Some things do take longer. Some things take longer, like a painting. A painting might not take you 20, 30 minutes. A painting might take you 3, 4 hours, maybe, I don't know. Depending on what you do. Maybe it takes you a whole day. Right? Maybe it takes a whole day, but I would compartmentalize that then. I wouldn't use the whole day to paint. I would use only 2 hours of it. I would only use 2 hours. And then I would go and use another hour if you have time, right? If you have that type of time. If you don't, then you have to figure out how to make it. If it's important to you. I would use 2 hours to paint. I would use 30 minutes to do a video like this. I would use another 30 minutes to market it. I would use another 30 minutes to go talk to a gallery, maybe. Why not? You have local galleries and shops in your town. I would use 30 minutes to do that. I would use 30 minutes to go and do a video presentation of one of the paintings. I would use 30 minutes to sell the painting. I would use 30 minutes you get the point, right? That is how this game is played. You have to do multiple things. Now, here's the kicker. Okay? For those of you who are artists, and if you're not, hang out. Maybe this might help. The more of those 30 minutes you do, you might get so good at it that they may turn into 15 minutes. That's what I do. I use 15-minute pockets. The more of those things you do, the higher chance you have of making it. And when I mean making it, I'm talking about, of course, having a full-time living as an artist, and on and on and on. Uh, it is not. It is not the only thing, but I've come to understand that it is when you do many things. It is not one thing. Now, if you start backing out from those things, you're gonna start experiencing lots of fear. When you back out, you experience fear. So mostly it's you experience a little bit of fear. You're like, oh man, how am I going to do that? And then you back out, and then you start experiencing more fear. Okay, because time creates fear. So when you back out of a situation, you're extending the amount of fear. So the way to push through this is to say, oh man, I got 15 minutes to do that. Yeah, but I also gotta, nope, 15 minutes, jump. The very first thing that comes to your mind, it's the thing you should run to, like you should fly to do. So let's say that you go into your studio. How's it going, Kimberly? Good to see you here. Let's say that you go into your studio in your house, whatever you paint, right? Any place you paint, and you tell yourself, "Oh man, I gotta do a painting, right? I gotta do a commission." Yeah, but first nope. The very first thing that comes into your mind. See, when you are not yet galloping, you're not yet running so hard, your heart tells you what to do. I mean, it always tells you what to do, but your heart tells you it's very obvious. It'll put a seed. It'll remind you, and it is then when you need to take action immediately. It'll remind you. You're like, oh man, I gotta do one of these Instagram lives or Facebook lives. Yeah, but first I have to no, wrong way. You're going the wrong way. No, I gotta do that live. Do it. Give it 5-10 minutes. Do it fast. Move it out of the way, because it was an inspiration. It came through. And some people don't understand this. Many people don't understand this, and they're like, yeah, but if I do whatever I'm thinking all the time, I'll never get anything done. That's not how this works. I promise you that's not how this works. The way this game works, the more you do, the more you can do. And you have to obey the inspiration that comes to your mind, because it is the most burning one. Your mind knows what to do. It's very intelligent. It knows, it doesn't really need your input to be like, well, I remember I have to go do that right now, but first I should do, no, you're already doing it wrong. Like your mind already told you what to do. It's been sitting there. It needs to pop out. It needs to get rid of it. Right, so you need to go do it. Yesterday I was like, man, I gotta go get a haircut, right? And then I was like, but first I have to. And then I reminded myself, no, dude, go get the haircut. Like it jumped in my mind. I had to go get a haircut. I feel a lot better. I feel more confident doing the videos, because I'm not all shaggy and whatnot. I feel a lot cleaner. It looks like a shower now. When I shower, it looks like a shower. So you get the point. In order to keep that mental part of you right in the right place, I would highly recommend to obey your instinct, right? Listen to your instinct, listen to your mind. If you walk in your studio and you're about to go painting, and then you tell yourself, oh man, I need to finish that commission that someone, or I need to get back to someone who asked me about a commission, and yeah, but I'll do that later because I got to paint first. No, that's not how you play this game. I know. It's a very uncomfortable thing to do, but this is how you win at it. As soon as it pops to your mind, boom, get rid of it. Go get back to that person. It'll take you more if you procrastinate it. Okay? As soon as it pops to your mind, boom, get rid of it. Go get back to that person that asked you about a commission, or that asked you about a potential show, an art show. You see, the very first thing we start doing is we go, yeah, but I have to go organize, but I have to know what to say, and that's the killer. That's the killer. Oh, but I don't know what to charge. I don't know, charge anything. As a matter of fact, tell them, pay me whatever you want. We'll work something out. Just get it out of the way. Get out of the way. The most important thing to do is to get it out of the way. Because when you get it out of the way, it's like when you get things out of the way, when you do them as they pop out, it's like that little game I used to play when I was a kid, Mario Bros. Right? It's like you're jumping and you're getting this little mushrooms that make you grow, or there's little coins, right? There's little things that make you grow. Imagine that every time that you accomplish something, you're growing, but you're not growing in size, of course, right? You're growing in confidence. You're growing in confidence. So every time that you go into your studio or you need to make something happen and you reminded yourself, you remember, right? Oh, I need to do this. And then you go as quick as you can. Don't take time. Suck time out of it. As quick as you can and get it done. Boom, your confidence grows. And then you move on to the next thing. Oh, now I have to do this painting that I was thinking about I had to do, right? Boom, go do it. Don't be like, oh, I gotta go prepare, go put the candles, the right song, because I need to have the right music. I know. I've been an artist for over 20 years. I know what this thing is. Don't do any of that. Oh, I'm gonna feel, no. Just go do it. Go paint it, and then in the creation of it, without all the BS around it, without all the, oh, I'm going to feel, the muse has to be here, I have to feel inspired. No, I needed to make a painting of whatever, right? Thinking is a killer. Absolutely, Christoph. Thinking is a killer because what it does is that it shrinks your self-esteem. It shrinks your confidence. Because the more you think about what? Wrong case scenarios. All the wrong possible things that could happen. And when you do that, you sell yourself out of your dream. Every time that you start thinking, you start asking yourself, but how could I do that? But I can't even see it. That's not even possible. Oh, no, I'm selling myself out of the dream. I'm selling myself out of this opportunity. One of the things that I learned from Janet says, been there. Totally. One of the things that I learned from the guy who came up with a Virgin Mobile, what's his name? Is it Virgin Mobile? Virgin Airlines. Virgin Mobile. I don't know. Maybe that too. I forgot his name. You guys probably know his name. I'm sure everybody knows his name except me. This guy said, look, when you're giving an opportunity, like a job opportunity, and you don't know how to, I think he's the one who said it, and you're not sure whether you can do it or not. He's like, take it, and then figure out how to do it. He's talking about exactly the same thing I'm trying to point at here. Take it, Richard Branson. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Bella Love says Richard Branson. Yeah, I love that guy. I don't know anything about his business or personal stuff, but his quotes and the stuff he does looks like he's pretty aligned, very much, right? The guy says, go get the job opportunity, and then go figure it out. I say the same thing. Of course, I'm not Richard Branson, but it's the same thing. Look, go do the painting, and then you can figure out how to do it. Look, go see. We're trying to figure it out first. This is a killer. It's a killer, guys. Like, if you please understood this, like, don't try to figure it out first. If you need to get a gallery show, go get the gallery show and then figure out what you need. Like, literally go get the gallery show. Literally go start walking over there, knock on the gallery door, talk to the gallery owner, walk in there and be like, who's the owner? Who's the curator? Who's the person in charge here? Be respectful, but don't wait for permission. They're not going to give it to you. No one ever gives you permission. I've made a living as an artist for the past 8 years now. No one has ever given me permission. As a matter of fact, if I asked for permission, people would tell me that I wasn't ready. All the haters told me that my paintings weren't good enough, that I wasn't ready, that my paintings were not good, that nobody would give me anything. Nobody would pay anything for my paintings. And if I had listened to that, I would never have done anything, I would never have made a full-time living as an artist, much less create a business out of it. You can't wait for people. They're always going to tell you no, especially this people, right? Especially this one, especially yourself. You're going to be telling yourself no. Why? Because we're conditioned to procrastinate. Because procrastination feels good for a little short time. The thing is what the price we're paying for. It's big. So procrastination feels really good for, 10 flipping seconds. You're like, yeah, I didn't get to do that right now. I cheated the system. Hell, you cheated yourself. Because now you're paying a 10 times bigger price, right? Now you're paying a price that's 10 times bigger, maybe in some cases 100 times bigger. I don't know. You've been telling yourself for the past 5 years that you want a gallery show, that you want to go get a gallery show. And every time that you have a reason why you can't. There's a reason why, right? It's not the right time, when I get more work done, and on and on. Look, no, go get the gallery show. Even if you only have 1 or 2 paintings. Even if you have no paintings. Hell, I mean, be bold. Mighty forces will come to your aid. And go tell them, I'll get the paintings ready. Or here's a couple of paintings I want to show you. By the time the show gets there, most shows, they take months. And if you're lucky, someone bailed on them and they need someone to fill it, and now you really have to work fast and hard. And those are the good times. Those are the good times when you have to really ignite yourself and turn on and be like, oh my God, now I have to deliver this. Okay, let's go. That's when you grow. When you actually have to deliver on your promise, when you have to build your wings on the way down, when you jump off the cliff and you start building your wings, that's when you start realizing what you're made of. You have much, I know this is so cliche, but you have much more potential than you give yourself credit, than anyone else around you gives you credit for, and you give yourself credit for. I know that because it's happened to me. For the longest time, I kept thinking, man, when am I going to be ready? When am I going to be ready? I was never ready. If I kept thinking when I was going to be ready, I was never going to be ready. I just started painting and I was like, F it, let's just do this. Let's just do it. It's like you remove your brain, your head, right? You remove yourself out of the equation, and then you can actually make things happen. It's so weird. Like when you just don't care. As a matter of fact, try this. Practice this mantra. I practice this. I'm like, okay, I got this 20 things to do today. Okay? I got this 20 things to do today. I'm going to give each one 15 minutes. Oh my God, you can definitely get them done. If you can't get them done, you can at least impact them, right? You can at least impact them. In 2-3 days, you get them done. You can at least impact them. And then they don't have to sit there forever. Bella says, I think you need to write a book. I'm actually writing a book. but it's audio. Nate Plagar says, the world's greatest living artist with what the French call a certain je ne sais quoi. Thank you. It is so true. So if you go in, you just get it done. Let's say you have 20 things to do in one day. You're like, oh my God, I have to go do A, B, and C, and D, and Z, right? I got all these things to do. Tell yourself, okay, right now, I have no idea how I'm going to get them done, because you don't, and you shouldn't, because if you do, you won't get them done. You have to tell yourself, I'm going to tackle each one and I'm going to give it 15 minutes to each task. Whatever I can do in 15 minutes, I'm going to fly, run, walk, or crawl, like Dr. King said, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to get it done. I only have 15 minutes to do it. Now, you can sit and try to figure out how to do it and continue to go about your life the same way, continue to go about your life in the same form, waiting for things to happen. Or you can just jump on it and discover your potential. You're going to start discovering your potential. No one can tell you what your potential is. It's absurd. Only you know your potential. And the only way to find out is to start doing something, and to start doing something quick. And the fastest way to figure out your potential is to do as many things as you can in a single day. Okay, listen to this. As many things as you can in a single day, and punch them as hard and as fast as you can, and get them over with. Nate says, dude, I love your videos. They inspire me for more than just art. So that's way cool. I love that. Thank you so much. Thank you. Bella says, hi, honey. Bella says, yes, Nate, me too. Love that. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate it.
Give me like 5 minutes.
Okay, you got it. So that's when you're going to start discovering what you're really made out of. You start moving in a fast pace. What's going to happen is that your mind is going to start telling you, oh man, I can't do it. oh man, what's the point? Or 15 minutes is not long enough to do this. No, that's because we tend to think, when we procrastinate, we tend to think about doing things in a perfectionist type of way. We're like, oh, I gotta clean the house, right? I gotta clean the house. And you start thinking, oh my God, I got all day to clean the house. No, just give yourself 15 minutes, whatever you can clean. Like run, literally run, whatever you can clean. Move as fast as you can. Whatever you can clean in 15 minutes. I don't know. It might not be anything. It might be just doing the dishes. It doesn't matter. Just do as much as you can in 15 minutes. If it's harder for you, try half an hour increments. Try 30 minutes, but I'd highly recommend the 15-minute ones because you can do more things. See, it's not a matter of getting them done right, and it's not a matter of getting them done at all. It's a matter of touching them. When you touch it, you move on to the next thing, and you touch it, and then you move on to the next thing, you touch it. Before you know it, it's going to be like your Mario Bros. Your self-esteem, your confidence in yourself, boom, inflates. In a good way. It grows. All of a sudden you have this sense of, oh my God, why wasn't I doing this in the first place? The only reason why is because you were stuck up here. That's the only reason why. And in order to get out of here, you have to go into here. You have to start doing things and do it fast and do many of them. Many. You can't do one or two because then you're going to get stuck here again. You have to do many things. Okay? This is the trick. I discovered this thing almost by accident, and then I read a couple of books that just reinforced it. And then I heard this guy also who talked about it. It was two guys. One of them, Grant Cardone, he calls it the 10X rule. He talks about exactly the same thing. And this other guy is Tai Lopez. And Tai Lopez, in one of his videos, one of his little obscure videos that you have to be like a member to join to listen to them, he says, he almost jokingly tells you the secret of his success, right? Almost jokingly, he says, do what you have to do in 30 days in one day and watch your life change. Do what you have to do in 30 days in one day and watch your life change. Now, most people are like, I can't do I can't do in one day what I have to do in 30 days. Sure you can. All the shit you've been sitting on and procrastinating it, just do it. Pick up the phone, call, boom, send the email, do it. Give yourself a short period of time, burn it, condense it, and move on. Don't do it right. Don't do it perfect. Bad grammar, whatever. Just move it out of the way and watch. Boom. Every time you move one of those tasks out of the way, boom, you grow. You move another one, boom, you grow again. And you keep growing and you keep growing. Before you know it, you're like, oh my God. You have this sense, I can do anything. And that is when you are writing momentum. Once you start writing momentum, there's no stopping you. Bella says, a body in motion stays in motion. A body at rest stays at rest. Absolutely. Newton laws of motion. Absolutely. Christoph says, how more can you do? Man, as much as you're willing to get stuff done. Nate says, is your mantra when doing painting based on drawing the right side of the brain? Yeah, it's really about telling yourself, I don't know what I'm doing and I don't care. I don't mind what I'm doing. You ready?
Yeah.
I don't mind what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing because it's not about the painting. Soon you're going to discover that it's not about the painting. When you only focus on painting, it becomes about the painting. I've experienced this for months, okay, and in a very negative way, and I had to snap out of it. When you only do one thing, you start experiencing the weight of that, the psychological weight of that. I believe that when people have an imaginary problem, a challenge, whether it be in their work, in their relationship, whatever, it's because they're focusing, all of their energy is going to one place. For example, this is not to make light of any real situation and difficult situations that people go through, but for example, if you are going through a breakup with a girlfriend, all of your energy is deposited in the breakup, or boyfriend, or partner. All of your energy is going into the breakup. Okay, all of your energy, all of your thoughts, your energy. What did I do? What could I have done wrong? What could I have done right? Blah 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 blah. So what happens is that when you dissect something like that, anything that you dissect, you open this thing, anything that you dissect, all of your energy goes into it, and what happens is that this goes 1,000 miles an hour trying to figure it out. This is why it's a killer. This is why it's so difficult for people to get things done and move on, because we deposit our energy into single pockets. The problem is that we don't do it in many pockets. We only do it in one. Okay, so if you're thinking about your breakup, you're thinking about your breakup the whole effing year, not 15 minutes, right? That's the problem. So this is why I say, if you're going through something like that, do as Mary Poppins. I've never seen the movie, but my wife just told me yesterday that they got out of their she was teaching the children how to get more structure, right?
Yeah.
By
Being responsible.
being responsible, washing the dishes, cleaning the house, and I don't know why. Because you want to move. This is almost a secret. It's not a secret, but it's almost a secret because almost nobody knows it. You got to move. And you got to impact many things, and then you get out of your head. When you only impact one or two things in a whole day, let's say you're working on a deal. Maybe you're in sales and you're working on a deal. If all of your mind is consumed on the deal, and then you're not doing your videos like this, you're not cleaning the house, you're not doing all of the other stuff. What's going to happen is you're going to feel the weight, because everything comes with weight. In order to not feel the weight of that one thing, in this example, the deal, you have to move on to another thing. This is why in that movie, what's it called? With what's his name? The guy from The Legend of Bagger Vance. Will Smith. This is why Will Smith, in that movie, what was it? The aliens or something like that. I don't know. The Men in Black.
I Am Legend?
No, Men in Black. That funny movie.
Oh, yeah.
The character that was in the Goonies. What's his name? He was young. Yeah, he goes back in time, and this guy's is his younger self, and they can't figure out something, and Will Smith keeps thinking about it and keeps thinking about it. He's like, I don't know, I can't figure it out. And then this character said, we need to go get pie. The answer is pie. And he's like, what? He's like, yeah. When you're thinking about something so much, you need to switch. But most of us don't do this. We get fixated on something, right? We get fixated because now you're feeling the weight of that. And he says, no, the answer is pie. He's like, that's not the answer. He's like, yeah, when you're thinking so much about something, man, you got to, in other words, you got to go get a slice of pie. Go do something else, right? This is how you play the game, guys. This is how you play the game. And I'm not suggesting that you should go procrastinate with a slice of pie or whatever. What this is trying to say is, look, only if you do multiple things in a day, you won't feel the weight of that single thing. That is why it's so important. You won't feel the weight of that single thing. You only feel the weight of that single thing because that's all you're doing. If you're in sales and you're just working on one commission, or you're working on one sale, and all of your energy is there because it's so important that you do that sale, I promise you, you're gonna experience tremendous amount of stress. You just will. It's inevitable because you're gonna feel all the weight of that. But if you just dedicate a little bit of time on that, it doesn't matter how important it is, just enough time, an hour, I don't know, in a whole day, and then move on to doing another 20, 30 things that you have to do that day. You're going to start realizing you're going to be more creative when you get back to that, because it's a whole different energy. You're not experiencing the weight of that thing. Okay, so it goes the same with artists. If you're like, man, I don't know what to paint. My paintings are not they're not really great, and on and on and on. It's because you're experiencing the weight, the psychological weight of painting, and you shouldn't experience it. No one should. It's horrible. It's dreadful. Anything, anything. Think about something that someone said to you, or a fight you had with a significant other, or whatever, and then you don't move on. You don't move on. I'm not just saying fix it. I'm saying move on. Go, move on. Go like go clean the house. Go wash your car, and then stack many things. What happens is that it gets you out of your head. Every time you go through something else, it gets you out of. It keeps getting you out of your head. See, when people experience failures or challenges or whatever, it is my belief, I am 100% convinced of this, they are focusing on one thing. And when you focus on one thing, you're going to feel the weight of it. And the weight, you can't bear. No one can bear the weight of any single thing. Okay? So, I'll leave you guys with that. How's it going, Zena? I read that you had a little flu. I hope that you're okay. I hope you're doing better. I think I read this in Facebook. I was trolling Facebook. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate it. I hope that you guys have a wonderful Friday. Today's Friday, huh?
Yeah, today's Friday.
Wonderful Friday. And don't forget, guys, you have more potential than anyone out there or you yourself gives you credit for. Okay? You have more potential than that. You just have to go explore it. You don't even know your potential. Most people don't even know your potential. You could be the. I'm not joking. You could be the next Picasso, and you're selling yourself short. You ready? Want to say something? Want to come say hi? All right, guys. Take care. Oh, Zena says hi, Lisette.
Hi.
Take care, guys. Adios.